Hey guys, it has been a really long while since our last update, and that's because as soon as we moved into our new house, we had so many other projects that we wanted to get done before we set up the tanks. And aside from that, this guy right here has been making it really hard for me to want to do anything. He is due in August and we are very excited to have him, but I figured, it's time to get these tanks done before he gets here, because otherwise I don't know if I'll have time to do anything. So here we go. So here is our current setup with the tanks. I only have the bottom two racks set up just because the top two racks are currently used as storage for my teaching materials, but this will have to do for now because I don't have too many shrimp right now, which is okay, and I do plan on setting up these other tanks for cycling within this next week or so. But let me show you what we have so far, and I'm going to apologize beforehand for any shortness of breath because this baby is pushing up on my lungs and I'm often short of breath these days. So this is just a hot mess of a tank. It just has plants in it, as you can see, and these are just the plants that I was able to pull from like my house or from my dad's house, and any extra plants that I got from the biped shrimp meetup this year. So these floaters I got from there, and some of these mosses I got from there, the bacopa I got from there. So all of that is in here for now, just hanging out until I can get to it. Over here is my PRL tank. Now I don't have all of them in here just because a lot of them are still at my dad's house, just because there's so many of them and I've been moving them over in batches. So the ones that are here so far seem to be doing really well. They've been in here for, I'd say, a couple weeks now, and you'll notice that I have my substrate in these baskets, which I asked my husband to print for me, specifically because I was tired of having to reset tanks where it's hard to get all the substrate out, it's heavy, it's messy, and for those times where I have to clean the mountain filter, as soon as you lift the mountain filter, the substrate, if it's all along the bottom, it tends to kind of disperse underneath it, and then it's hard to put back. So I decided to try this method out with these baskets. They're easy to move around. You can have them all along the bottom for kind of like a flat surface, or you can stack them like this. And I decided to stack them like this just because it gives the shrimp more surface area to graze on, more surface area for the biofilm to grow on, and they seem to enjoy it. I mean, look at this little guy right here. And this is, I have the mountain filters in all of my tanks, as you can see. I just really like this type of setup. It works really well. The shrimp love to graze on it. There's a lot of biofilm growth. And then I actually asked Jesse to print this output for me. It holds the mountain filters in place, which is really nice, but it does connect to a pipe in the back that goes down to the water pump. And I decided to do a regular water pump instead of an air pump because the air pumps, I was tired of dealing with the bubbling, and it was just really messy. So this one comes out really clean. It's really nice. It gives good water flow for the shrimp, and I don't know, I just really like it. Over here are the shrimp from my mixed tank that were in the coffee table aquarium. I did get rid of the coffee table aquarium, and these guys are just the guys that are left. So here they are, grazing in the baskets. Over here is the tank for our classroom pet fish. I don't know where he's at right now. He was just here. I got a bunch of snails from the meetup, which I wanted. I did want ram's horns, just because I like having snails in the tanks. I feel like they contribute biologically to the tank and its ecosystem. The fish was just in here. Oh, here he is. There he goes. Little classroom fish. and he's doing really well in here. This tank obviously is heated specifically for him, so I don't have any shrimp in here, just him and the snails. And then down here are what's left of my Bloody Marys. I'm sorry it's really loud because I have this like HEPA filter here next to the litter box. But these are the survivors of the Bloody Mary tank. When I came back to pick them up, there were only 6 of them left. So these guys are here. They are thriving. And again, these are just a bunch of plants that I pulled from their original tank that I haven't been able to kind of separate or figure out what to do with them. So my goal for the next week is really to get these other tanks down here set up, and then hopefully move all of my teaching materials out of the way, or at least find a spot for them because they're kind of all over the house right now. And then that way I can have these tanks set up and cycling, and hopefully in the next month or 2 be able to fill these tanks with some Caradinas and Neocaradinas that I want to get back into. And that's pretty much it. I will do another update video as soon as I get this room cleaned up a little bit and all the tanks set up, so you guys can see the final setup for this room. And hopefully I can get some shrimp in here pretty soon within the next couple of months, so I can show you guys what else I'll be keeping in here. Stay tuned and have a wonderful day.